Okay, we are here at UK Nationals with a top 128 Orcust deck list with Bradley Halls. This is Bradley. How you doing?
Hello. I'm sure you're familiar with my work. So we decided to play Orcust for this event. Me and Calum worked together to build a list. We ended up playing the same list after playing at Preston. We made a few changes to both the lists. We agreed on this, and we thought it would be optimal, but we've realised that there's still some improvements to be made. I'm going to be going to Euros in a few weeks, so I'm hoping to sort of fix where it was lacking a bit. So I'll just get started on the deck list. So, as usual, it'll be triple heart power, double nightmare, one wand, one skeleton. I was sceptical about the one skeleton. Calum reckons I have poor management skills of my resources, but it came up for me every so often. I didn't miss it necessarily, it just would have been nice. I think that's fairly standard. I don't think anyone's really playing much different from that. Then we've got the Dark Refer and Armageddon Knight. These are just really good. Well, this is a good normal or special summon. This is a really good normal summon. In a bind, these are both. That's 1.5 card combo. That's a 1 card combo because you can send something like the Strudel to really get into your combo. I found them really useful for sending the Heart Power or the World Wand to ensure the redoer.
And yeah, like the Armageddon Knight was an important difference from my list of Preston. We didn't run it because with the connector and so we felt we had enough warriors, and then Dark Refer was never a normal summon. But now obviously there's fewer normal summons. Armageddon Knight's very safe to play.
Yeah, I think it was a good choice. I did side it out quite a lot though, but I would keep it in going first. I think it's really good when you see it. So for Dark Refer, still playing to the Strudel. This came up for me once, and it absolutely won me the entire match. I was on the bubble, so I would maybe play 1. 2 is just nice to see for Greffer and easy discard fodder. It helps make the redoer. We're not playing the Savage Dragon, so that didn't come up. But as extenders, it was absolutely fantastic. It's such an easy choice to discard for any of your effects. You have so much discards. We're also playing the Trick Stars. It's just you can search the light stage, which just gets you these. Corbane being just a free special summon whenever you see it is great. Even if you don't see the Candina or the light stage, you've got this. It's just a special summon from hand. You've got the combo with that and any other normal summon.
Not even necessarily a normal summon, just anything you can get on board.
Anything else you can get on board. It's a really good card. The Candina, I think I used the burn effect quite a few times.
Yeah.
And just there was one match I won in time just because I could special summon that from my hand, deal 200 damage in about 10 seconds before time was called. So having just a 2k body, you can just go straight from hand. Really good.
Important thing with it as well is you can get to your combo before the normal, so if you have the Heart Power in hand, you're golden.
So it's really good, and I'm definitely keeping that. I wasn't playing that at Preston, but I'm not looking back on that. It was a great idea to play it. Now we have the Phantom Knights, so 2 bits and 1 cloak. That's pretty standard. You're going to be doing minimum that on your first turn. Having the second one is just nice, and turn 2 it gets you either the missing Fogblade or the Brigandine. Usually it was the second Fogblade, so I was always trying to go for the redoer, so I was usually searching the Brigandine with the first one, or off Rusty's effect. Then we're on to the Dangers. So we went for a slightly different ratio than we did at Preston. So I was playing the same ratio as Calum was, with 3 of Nessie, Tsuchinoko and Jackalope and 1 Chupacabra. But for this we decided Nessie is the best one, it gets you whatever you need in that moment. So keep that at 3, Jackalope at 2. I don't think you need the third one, I think it's just going to become cloggy. Tsuchinoko at 1, because in my opinion it's the worst one for this build. It's not getting you anywhere other than maybe making your long gears to turn 1 instead of the Galatea. It's not doing as much for the deck as the other ones. And then the Chupacabra, your level 4 target, also gets you a free summon if you discard it and have a Danger Engrave. this is really good to make your redoer with. I think that was maybe I think that was the correct ratio. Maybe a jackalope to 3. I'd have to test it, but I think it performed well for me this weekend having that ratio.
I'd say more jackalopes with more cards like Neospace Connector. Definitely.
Yeah, I think I definitely want to put the Neospace Connector back in. I missed it. I played against 4 Salamangreats this weekend.
Same.
I had 2 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. I think it was the hand traps that really did me in against them. So I think I definitely want to put the Neospace Connector back in. Not entirely sure what I want to cut for it yet. But I think it was a mistake cutting it. Then we'll go on to the one-off spells. So Foolish Burial is probably one of the best spells in the deck. It gives you whatever you need in that moment. I had someone Impermanence me, Ash me and Veiler me all in one turn, but because I had the Foolish Burial I still managed to push through and get that combo off. It's just the best extender for me. It's anything you want it to be in the deck. Then we have Rota. So I think, especially with the Neospace connectors, this would be a lot better. But just being able to search a PK to summon is probably the last one you're going to do. But the Armageddon Knight and the Greffer was really good. I was usually searching Greffer because the up to 2 discards is really good. Because if I opened the World Wand or the Nightmare, I just want them out of my hand as quick as possible. So that helped for that. Then we've got the set rotation. So this came up a couple of times. I found it really good. It can just get rid of a bothersome field spell on their side of the field, but it can also, it's just another terraforming. So I am playing the 2 terraforming, and the field spells that we're playing is 2 light stage, 1 mine and 1 babble. So the 1 babble, you have to play it for your Orcust combo. That's just there. The mine is such a strong card. Go second and you have that, and you can just push through anything. I had one match today where my opponent had a full Orcust board. They also had a Nightmare Griffin and an Imperial Order. He searched the Imperial Order through Curious just because he saw that in my hand with Dolphin. But because I had this, he redoed it. I managed to danger draw into it, and I got it back on board, and I managed to push through the entire board, set up my own board. He could not do anything against that. Then we've got the 2 late stage, an amazing card that's really outperformed this weekend. Being able to lock down a back row is just amazing. It really puts pressure on them to do something then and there when they were hoping to save it. So set rotation, being able to access any of them is really good, and it can get rid of their field spell as well.
And you could even use the light stage to bait the activation of something, and then after that, if you had the set rotation, do that, give yourself a Mystic Mine, give them a Babble, and then go from there.
Yeah, so set rotation was really good. Light stage, just it performed beyond my expectations this weekend. Now we get 3 call by. Hand traps suck, so you just want to stop them. Near enough everyone's playing Lancia. This has won me so many games, just being able to push through my combo, stop the Lancia. You always want to see this. If I could play 9, I would. It's so necessary in the deck. Then we've got the triple twin twisters. So again, you want to see this. This with something like a Nessie is you can just get your combo started. You can clear out whatever you need of theirs. I never saw this enough. I wanted to see it nigh on every game, and I missed it when I didn't see it. It's such a strong card. I don't really think there's much more needs to be said about Twin Twister. It's so good. Then you get 3 instant fusions. So I'm playing 3 instant fusion targets. Start with this, and you can really apply a lot of pressure, especially going second against Salamangreats, because the 1000 dies. Either of the eyes restrict is really good, because either you summon the Millennium Eyes to the zone Wolf points to, and a lot of the Salamangreat players will just shotgun it. They'll see the chance and they'll and you can just take it, or you can just summon 1,000 eyes and steal it. You either do that or you summon Winder. I got Wind out at the end of the combo a few times, and it's so strong. People just unfortunately, a lot of people manage to negate it with things like Impermanence or Widow Anchor, but you're forcing them to do it on that instead of something like the Redoer. So it is an extra layer of protection for them as well. They have to deal with that first. So that's the spells, then onto the traps. So the 1 Crescendo, the 2 Fogblade, and the Shade Brigandine. So I was usually searching 2 of these in my first turn, trying to get an extra one next turn. This was usually during my opponent's turn as well, with Galatea. This is just a disgusting card. Banishing, negate, destroy, banish it, and it also searches. It's an amazing card. So that's the main deck. It's 45 cards. I cut it down from, I think I was playing 47 at Preston. I wish I could find space for the Neospace connectors and the Aquadolphin. I think you just need to play them.
Yeah, the thing about that as well, you want to offset the extra bricks by increasing your card count there. If you're already at 45, going higher is, don't know, you kind of want to try to evaluate how many cards you want to be running at that point.
Yeah. The issue is, this weekend, a lot of people are asking how many cards in the main deck. I haven't heard that phrase so much since Grass format.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows if you're playing 44 or more, you're playing against Orcust.
Generally Orcust or Thunder, yeah. I had a 45 card opponent playing Thunder, all the other ones were Orcust.
I had a 54 card Orcust, I had a 45, 47. I've seen, my opponent today was 60 card Orcust as well. Everyone knows it, and that is a giveaway. So I think keeping it tight is probably for the best.
Yeah.
Just so it doesn't give it away straight away. It's the equivalent of playing no extra deck. So under the extra deck, which you do play, we've got the insuffusion targets. We are siding the Shaddoll Fusions and the Dragon for this. It's just stupidly good cards. Like I said, your opponent has to deal with that first, or they don't play that turn. And sending Dragon just to pop a back row is really good. If Salad don't, if they don't roar on the Shaddoll Fusion, then they're losing that roar anyway. Then you've got the 2 Eyes Restrict. Deals with so many good cards. This with Neospace Connector is so good. You're just stopping all the hand traps. And 1,000 Eyes Restrict against Salamangreat, if you just steal that Sunlight Wolf, they're not doing anything about that. They can't stop it. Next up we have the Nightmares. So 1 Mermaid, 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus. So these to go into this, 1 of each. So it does have its applications, but usually you're just doing it so you can't steal it with Hita. I think I used Cerberus's effect maybe once this entire weekend. It's just a stepping stone. Next up we have 3 Galatea. Play 3. You have to. Any game that lasted longer than 3 turns and needed the 3rd one. This isn't as easy to recycle as your main deck monsters, so you need to make sure that you have access to that at some point, at any point really. And this is what you're usually going to be using to go into Danger Orcust as well, so having 1 live at all times is really useful. Next up we have the 1/1 Gearsu. This against Salamangreat really did a lot of work. So just sending to grave whatever they summon really applies a lot of pressure. I've seen a lot of Will of the Salamangreat this weekend, and they've had to use it because between this and Dingirsu and Redoer, they need so many extenders just to make any kind of plays. And it's just great recycling. Any game that's lasting any amount of time, that's what I was using to recycle most of my monsters. Then next up we have the Rusty. It's Rusty. It's nuts. Pearl Swords. So much damage. So we use to TK. 2 Dingirsu. You need 2 because you always want to have 1 sitting there waiting. I usually like to have 1 engrave and 1 in extra deck at the start of my turns, just so that I know I can get it from it anywhere I need it. It protects Winda. It's such a broken card. I'm so thankful they got this. Such a good card. And then Redraw. Trying to get this as often as possible. I didn't prioritise this at Preston, which was a mistake. I prioritised it this weekend, and it just gave me so many good results from it. Applying a lot of pressure to a lot of decks. Striker, hate this card. Salad, hate this card. Just bouncing the first normal summon for Salads is, they can't do anything. Especially if you do it on something like a Foxy. You just, they activate the effect Foxy, put it back, and then that's already ruining one of their mills as well. This against Salad is so strong, and it's 2400s. They even have a lot of bother beating over it. Then for the side deck, so I was playing to go first. A lot of the time I did win the first game, whether I went first or second. So usually I'd be going second game 2, so side down 3 evenly. You see, it just blows out any deck that puts everything on board. So against Salad, Striker, Draco.
Another important thing was a lot of the Thunder Dragon players had been cutting the hot rate in favour of Crystal Ring because of cards like Electric Virus.
Yeah.
So if they weren't able to stop the evenly matched, they got obliterated.
Yeah. I didn't actually play against any Thunder this weekend, and I also didn't see this once. I sided it in a lot of the time, I just didn't see it. I did see Ghost Ogre. This was primarily against Pendulums to stop the Electromite. It was also to go against Striker and Draco for the multi-roll and diagram. I don't actually think I got to hit one multi-roll. I don't think I got to hit the diagram when I played against Draco. It's still a really strong card, and I think it was a good choice to play.
It was versatile, which is what we wanted.
Yeah, we wanted it as many decks as possible. It's really good against Salads. If you hit the Ladybug with this, again, they just don't do anything. They need to get that first Salamangreat on board and keep it. So if you just wipe that Salamangreat or the chance of getting it, they just don't do anything. Then there's 3 Lancia. I was expecting to play against Orcust this weekend. I was expecting to play Thunder. I didn't play the Thunder, I did play Orcust, and this really came in handy because it just stops most of their turn unless they have planned ahead, unless they have sided to make sure that they have enough extenders. They can't play through that. Next up we have, this is unusual, I get. It's for against Striker. So as soon as you normal summon, you're giving them a token. That's shutting off a lot of their spells and traps. It stops the impermanence. It stops the evenly, because as soon as they have something on board, it shuts them all off. So I think it was a really good card. It didn't come up this weekend. I did side it in against Striker. I just didn't see it. But I think it was a good choice, and I think it will. If I did see it, it would have performed well. Then we have the second Mystic Mine. If you're going second against Orcust, or if you're going second against Thunder Dragon, you need this. That shuts them down. They don't do anything. You build your board, you get your combo.
That's it. It's basically a mid-breaker field.
Yeah, they cannot do anything about it. They just sit there and watch. And then we have the 1 Dragon and 3 Shell Fusion. This came up a couple of times. It's amazing Ash bait, but also as soon as you get that dragon, you're popping back row, you've got that wind down field, it's not going anywhere.
In that sense, it's kind of the best functional extender in the game, because you're getting the window, you're getting a dragon pop, and the other card you send is going to be a World Wand, or a Destrudo, or a Hot Power, any dark.
So you get to send any dark. Your deck's all dark that you want engrave. So as soon as you set that up, you are so golden. So you just normal summon anything. Normal window in that normal summon. You're just going into your entire combo, having gotten rid of a back row, and set something up in grave. It's really strong going second. And I've already got the window in the main for the Insta-Fusion target, so it takes up 4 spaces. But one of the things I did like, and I did do, is when you link away the window adds you back, and you can discard it off the later on for one of the nightmares. So
Basically, incredible in terms of card advantage.
yeah,
Very strong.
if you see just this, you can just you can go from your full combo, because whatever you send, you can special summon something.
Oh well, I wouldn't say that because you're on the window.
Yeah, you've got one normal summon in this, and then you've got it.
You generally have an extender, so if you have anything you
Yeah.
can put on board with a normal summon, you've got the full combo and then an extra card that allows you to make either your long gear suit or your redoer. It's super strong.
Or just do it last and then end on it. Oh,
That's it. Very, very strong.
yeah, I was really happy with the deck. I think the major thing taking away from this weekend is I want Neospatian back. It didn't do much for me at Preston, but the few times it did come up, it was really strong. I got rid of a really key card. Hand traps have absolutely ruined me this weekend. So out of the 10 rounds, I lost to Salad, Orcust, which the hand traps would have really helped with. I drew to Striker and another Salad. So I think you just need to get rid of the Salad hand traps. Sometimes I was managing to play through 2, 3. There was one game I played through 4, but I just can't rely on that. I needed the extra consistency to get rid of that hand trap.
Especially for an event coming up at the European Championships, you need the consistent answers.
Yeah, and even as bait for them, if they've got a Veiler in hand and they see that you're about to rip that Veiler, they're just going to do it when they can. May as well.
Well, thank you very much for the deck profile, Brad.
Yeah, no problem.
Hopefully we see another one at the European Championships.
Yeah, hopefully I can get maybe a bit better result. I came 94th today. We had 2 other members of our team come 90th and 92nd. We all managed to finish on X22, but we're hopefully getting some of the top cut deck lists, so have a look for them when they come in.
Yeah,
Cheers.
stay tuned. All the best.
Shh, not a zombie channel.